Morning students, earlier class we discussed some differentiation formulae and why we are using differentiation. Once again I am telling you, when you want to find instant changes, then we go for differentiation methods, and when a physical quantity depends on other physical quantity like position and time, then we go for differentiation. So here some formula already we discussed. Now d by dx of tan x. So in order to write the expression for this d by dx of tan x, already we discussed d by dx of u by v is equal to v du by dx minus u dv by dx. So here u and v, both the variables depends on x. Then to differentiate u by v, this is the formula. Now here d by dx of tan x, we can change tan x as sin x by cos x. So here v is cos x, u is sin x. Now from u by v formula, this is cos squared x. Now taking cos x constant, differentiation for sin x, du by dx, differentiation for sin x, that is again cos x minus u sin x, differentiation for dv by dx, where v is cos x, that means differentiation for cos x, differentiation for cos x, d by dx of cos x, that is minus sin x. So into minus sin x. Now this is cos squared x plus sin squared x by cos squared x, which is 1 by cos squared x, that is secant squared x. So d by dx of tan x equals to secant squared x. Similarly, we can write d by dx of cot x, which will be minus cosecant squared x. So in the same fashion as we write here tan x sin x by cos x, cot x can be written as cos x by sin x, and again taking the differentiation using u by v method, we will get minus cosecant squared x. Now d by dx of secant x. So d by dx of secant x, which can be written as d by dx of 1 by cos x. Secant x is the reciprocal of cos x, that is 1 by cos x. Now here again using d by dx of u by v method, then how to write this one? So this is in the form d by dx of u by v, where u is 1 and cos x is v. So now taking differentiation, v squared means cos squared x, and now taking v constant, cos x du by dx, u is 1 and differentiation for constant, differentiation means change. Now you are asking change for constant, is this constant changes? No, that means differentiation for 1 is 0 minus 1 into, now you are differentiating v dv by dx, that means cos x, differentiation for cos x is minus sin x, minus of minus plus sin x. Now this is sin x by cos squared x, which can be written as cos x into cos x. Now 1 by cos x is secant x, sin x by cos x is tan x. So d by dx of secant x is secant x tan x. So using u by v method we can derive this. Similarly, d by dx of cosecant x. So we can write d by dx of cosecant x as minus cosecant x cot x. Using the same method, you can take cosecant x as 1 by sin x, and taking u by v method, you will get minus cosecant x cot x. So this is the usefulness of u by v method, and this is the formula for u by v method, and these are the formulae for tan x, cot x, secant x and cosecant x. Okay. So when we are using differentiation, so differentiation we are using here, look at here, differentiation means dy by dx. What is that dy by dx? Generally, if you take a graph, what is that dy by dx? Change in y, we can say it as y2 minus y1, by dx, change in x, x2 minus x1. That means it is slope. So dy by dx, that is the differentiation for any physical quantity. If graph is taken for the two physical quantities, that means y changes with x. Y is function of x. Y is function of x. Now here, what is a dy by dx? If there is a small change in x, which can also be said as instantaneous change, during that instant it changes. So at every instant it may change. We are letting at any instant the change in x. So when x changes, definitely y also changes, since it is the function of x. Then dy by dx is the differentiation of y, derivative of y with respect to x. Okay. So this is the dependence of y on x, which can also be said as slope of xy curve or graph. Means here if you take any graph drawn between y and x, look at here, while we are taking physical quantities like position time, velocity time, acceleration time, velocity, position, likewise if you take any physical quantity, then if you obtain a graph between these two physical quantities, if that graph is, if it is like this, then you are asked to find out change in y with respect to x. Then how to find? What we are saying, this is instantaneous change, means during that instant. For example, at any particular instant, here you ask to find out that change. Then what we have to do? Here draw a tangent to that point P. Now tangent is a straight line. For any straight line, slope is constant, means if you take slope here, or if you take slope to this values, two slopes are same, since it is a straight line. That means that slope is also applicable for this point also, since that point lies on that tangent. So if you draw tangent and find slope, then that slope is constant everywhere for that tangent. So now here this is change in y, which can be said as dy. This is change in x, which can be said as dx, then this dy by dx which gives slope. Okay, so here when you are using differentiation, remember for the 2 years of your intermediate or JEE or NEET, remember differentiation we allow when in the given problem any physical quantity depends on other physical quantities like position or time. That is one way we have to go for differentiation. Second one, if you observe any continuous changes, then if you are asked to find the instantaneous change, at any instant if change you are asked, then we go for differentiation. From graphs, differentiation methods gives slopes. So if any graph is given, then the slope will be equal to differentiation of that physical quantity which changes with another physical quantity. So this is about differentiation. Now we do some problems based on differentiation. Later we will go for integration methods also. In this differentiation, the main formula, basic formula what we have to remember are d by dx of x power n, n into x power n minus 1, d by dx of sin x cos x, and d by dx of uv method, d by dx of u by v method. These are very important. Now how our motion in a straight line dealt with these differentiation methods, we will go with some differentiation methods. Now for an example, if we take the position of a particle depends on time as x is equal to 3t squared plus 2t. Now you are asked to find velocity at any instant t is equal to 3 seconds. So this is the question asked. At any instant, what is the velocity? Generally, at any instant, the velocity asked is instantaneous velocity. So here position depends on time and you are asked velocity. So that is instantaneous velocity. What is velocity? Displacement, that is change in position by time. So here why we are going for differentiation method? Because here during an instant the displacement is required. Displacement means change in position. That change is instantaneous change. When the changes are instantaneous, then definitely we go for differentiation. So this is dx by dt. Moreover, position depends on other physical quantity, time. When a physical quantity depends on any other physical quantity, then we adopt differentiation techniques. So d by dt of x, 3t squared plus 2t. What we said, d by dx of u plus v is du by dx plus dv by dx. This is sum of derivatives. So if variables are sum and they are differentiated with respect to x, then we will go for sum of these derivatives. In the same pattern here also, here this is one derivative, means variable which is derived with t, and another one which is differentiated with t. Then how to do it? V is equal to d by dt of 3t squared plus d by dt of 2t. Now here variable is t squared and it is multiplied with 3. Since 3 is a constant, it does not change with the time, but you don't write here as 0 for 3. Why? Because here constant alone is not given. This constant number 3 is multiplied with t squared. So here when such case is there, if v is equal to d by dx of kc, where c is some constant, then the constant will not be in differentiation because it does not changes with variable. So you take c outside the differentiation and differentiate the value k. Okay, variable is k. So if any variable is multiplied with a constant, constant should not be differentiated, so it is out of the differentiation. So here the differentiation for this kc will be c into dk by dx. Here we are letting all examples with respect to some x. Maybe the variable may be time or any other variable, other physical quantities are there. For example, here this expression changes with time. Since position depends on time, we are differentiating position with respect to time. In order to differentiate, position should depend on time. So position is in terms of time only. Okay. Now taking this 3 outside, d by dt of t squared plus 2 outside the differentiation, d by dt of t means t power 1. Now writing the differentiation formula, we have d by dx of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. There we are differentiating with respect to x. Here we are differentiating with respect to t. So 3 into, this is t power 2 means n into, which is 2 into, in the place of x it is a t power n minus 1, 2 minus 1, plus here 2 into 1 into t power 1 minus 1. Okay, then this is 6t plus 2. Now velocity is 6t plus 2. Now here where you are asked to find that velocity at what time, you are asked to find the velocity at 3 seconds. So t is equal to 3 seconds. Now velocity at that time is 6 into 3 plus 2, 18 plus 2, 20 meter per second. So here you are asked at any instant. That's why you are taking instantaneous velocity as a differentiation of position. Why? Because velocity, change in position, that is called displacement by time. But here you are asked at any instant, means at that instant you are asked to find the instantaneous change in position. So when there is instantaneous change, definitely we have to go for differentiation. Is the same problem, same expression, x is equal to 3t squared plus 2t. Now the question asked will be like, find velocity from t1 is equal to 2 seconds to t2 is equal to 5 seconds. So there is 3 second interval is there. The difference between the two problems are, in the first problem at any instant is given at any time, but here time interval means time changes from 2 seconds to 5 seconds. Here 3 seconds is the interval. There 3 second is the instant time during third second at 3 seconds. Okay. Now for the same problem, if you are asked to find velocity, then that velocity is average velocity. This is average velocity. Why this is average velocity? The velocity which is find in a interval of time, that is average, means displacement by time. Here average velocity is displacement, change in position by time. This is not differentiation. This is not at all differentiation. This is a delta x by delta t. When we are using differentiation, when this time interval is reduced to 0, means there is no interval. Time is there, 3 seconds, that is that instant. If the instant changes, then if it becomes 3.01, then you are finding out velocity at 3.01, not at 3. If you are asked to find at 3, means time is 3 seconds exactly there. But here this is not 3 seconds time. This is the interval where time changes from 2 seconds to 5 seconds. 3 seconds gap is there. So, during that large time interval, change in position is a delta x, which is called displacement. For such type of problems, how to solve? Here, first you have to write x1 in 2 seconds time. At 2 seconds, what is the position? Means here, instead of time, you have to substitute 2. So, 3 into 2 squared plus 2 into 2. So, 2 squared 4, 4 3 is 12, 12 plus 4, 16 meters. Again x2, you have to substitute 5 seconds because x1 is the position at any time 2 seconds and the body moves so that at any instant 5 seconds its position will be different. Then what is the displacement traversed? That means 3 into 5 squared plus 2 into 5. Then this is 25 into 3, 75 plus 10, 85. So x2, x1 are 85, 16. T2, T1, 5, 2. Now average velocity 85 x2 minus x1, 16 by 5 minus 2. So 85 minus 16, which is 69. This is 69 by 3. So now here this is 23. So 23 meter per second. Okay. So for the same position depending on time, means for the same expression, problem can be asked in two different ways. For the same expression, you will be asked to find instantaneous velocity, where a instant time will be given. For the same expression, where position changes with the time, you will be asked to find average velocity. So, with these two problems, you just identify. When we go for differentiation, when that change is instant, then only we are differentiating. If the change is not instant, it has some time interval, then that change is not instantaneous. So that we are not going for differentiation. We are taking the 2 times, writing the positions and taking the displacement by interval. So this is average velocity. So that is the difference between a differentiation and other than that differentiation method. Fine. Now for the same problem, x is equal to 3t squared plus 2t. Now you are asked to find acceleration again at 3 seconds. Here you are asked to find acceleration at 3 seconds. When this particular time is given, you just identify that is the instantaneous. For any instantaneous change, what we need? Differentiation. So first, how do we get acceleration? We could not get acceleration directly from position. So here, what is acceleration? Change in velocity with the time. Acceleration is change in velocity with the time, but here given is position. Then velocity, first of all we have to write velocity. So velocity is dx by dt. Already once we did this, 3t squared plus 2t. Now this is for 3t squared 6t plus 2. This is velocity. When velocity is 60 plus 2, if you want to get acceleration, dv by dt, that means a is equal to d by dt of 6t plus 2. Again you have to differentiate velocity. First you differentiate position with respect to time. It gives velocity, but you want acceleration. Again the velocity will be differentiated with the time. Now you get acceleration. So d by dt of v. Now here writing separately for 60 plus 2. So this is d by dt of 60 plus d by dt of 2. What we know? 6t means t power 1. Now differentiating this, 6 is constant. When it is multiplied with a variable, then it will be brought outside the differentiation. So this is 6 into, for t power 1 into t power 1 minus 1, n into x power, some x is variable there, here t is variable, some 1 into t power 1 minus 1. Now plus only numerical constant is there, it is not multiplied with any variable. When only constant is there, constant is not at all differentiated, means there is no instant change for constant. 2 is a number, numerical constant, it never change. So here the differentiation alone for constant is 0. So now the expression is 6, t power 0 is 1. So this is 6. Acceleration is 6. Now acceleration is not depending on time. Acceleration is just 6. It is not at all depending on time. Okay, so here whether it is t is equal to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, irrespective of the time, here acceleration is just constant. Means when acceleration is constant, the expression is uniformly accelerated motion. The equations are equations of motion for uniformly accelerated motion. Now take this expression x as 2t plus 3t squared. Now this is in the form ut plus half at squared. Okay, this is in the form ut plus half at squared. Now a by 2 equals to 3. A is equal to 6 simply. Shortcut, if you identify the expression which will be in the form of ut plus half at squared, acceleration is 6 and you need not to go for differentiation methods, but you have to identify. Fine. If the expression will be given as 3t cube, 2t squared, 4t, like that, then definitely you have to go for differentiation. So here acceleration is constant, which is uniformly accelerated motion, right? Well, now one more problem. Here velocity v is equal to kt. K is 2 meter per second squared. You are asked that distance travelled in the first 3 seconds. If you observe the equation v is equal to kt, where k is a constant 2, then we can say v is equal to kt, where k is a constant. we can take it as y is equal to mx. So it is a straight line. Since k is constant, v proportional to t, it is a straight line passing through origin. Then here this is a straight line. This is velocity, this is time. So y is equal to mx is a straight line passing through origin. Here this is v is equal to kt. The slope is m, which is 2. The slope is m, which is 2. What is the slope for velocity time? Slope for velocity time graph is acceleration, because slope y2 minus y1, that means v2 minus v1 by x2 minus x1. X is time, t2 minus t1. So that is acceleration. Slope is k, which is acceleration. Now if t is equal to 0, velocity v is 0, v is 0, and slope is k. Velocity time graph slope is acceleration, so k is a, which is 2 meter per second square. Now here, since velocity is 0 at t is equal to 0, which is said to be initial velocity. This v is called initial, means during 0 seconds the velocity the body having is initial. So velocity is initial. Initial velocity 0, acceleration 2, and you are asked to find out distance travelled in 3 seconds. When acceleration is constant, since it is the slope is constant for this linear graph, then here we have for accelerated motions uniformly, for constant accelerated motion, we have an expression ut plus half at squared. Since u is constant, s is equal to half at squared. Half into 2, t squared is 3 squared, which is 9 meters. So here, since this is in the form v is equal to kt, where v proportional to t means v is depending on time, then according to our methods, when v depends on time, if we go for differentiation, that means here acceleration is dv by dt, then d by dt of kt. Okay, when v depends on time, then acceleration will be obtained with differentiation for velocity depending on time, then d by dt of kt. K is constant given as 2, so taking it out of differentiation, d by dt of t. D by dt of t means t power 1. 1 into t power 1 minus 1. This is t power 0. T power 0 is 1. That means k. From differentiation, we obtained a is k. Another method is from the graph which is in the form of y is equal to mx, then again m is slope, which is k. So for velocity on y-axis, time on x-axis, graph is drawn and it is a straight line passing through origin. The slope is k. For velocity time graph, slope is acceleration. Again from the graph method also we can write acceleration. From this, taking initial velocity by substituting t0, we can write from s is equal to ut plus half at squared. So here acceleration can be obtained either from differentiation or from graphs. But what we discussed earlier, in graphs whatever we are getting slope, that is nothing but differentiation. This is dv by dt, that is dy by dx for xy graph. Okay. Well students, here x is given as at square minus bt cube, and you are asked to find acceleration at any instant. So first, in order to find acceleration, if position is given, we have to find velocity, which is dx by dt, that is d by dt of a t squared minus b t cube. So a d by dt of t squared minus b d by dt of t cube. Okay, so taking differentiation separately, dx by dt, x is a t squared minus b t cube, taking differentiation separately, a d by dt of t squared minus b d by dt of t cube. Here this is a into, for t squared differentiation is 2 into t power 2 minus 1, minus b into, for t cube differentiation is 3 into t power 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1. Now this is 2a into t power 2 minus 1 is t power 1 minus 3b, this is t squared. So this is 3b t squared, this one is 2at. Now this is velocity. What we have to find out? Acceleration. So acceleration a is equal to dv by dt. Since here a, b are given as some numerical numbers, take acceleration as capital A for this problem. d by dt of v 2at minus d by dt of 3b t squared. This is 2a is constant for t, 1 into t power 1 minus 1. So always d by dt of t is 1. We need not to write this thing every time. 1, this is 1 minus 3b into 2t. So here it is 2a t power 0 1 minus 2 3 6, 6b t power 2 minus 1 is t. So acceleration is 2a minus 6bt. If t is equal to 0, acceleration is 2a, t is equal to 0. If t is equal to 1 second, acceleration is 2a minus 6b. Likewise, acceleration changes with time, means this is not constant acceleration. When acceleration is changing with time, that is not uniformly accelerated motion. That is non-uniformly accelerated motion. If acceleration remains constant, then the motion is said to be uniformly accelerated motion. But here acceleration depends on time. If acceleration depends on time, then that acceleration is non-uniform acceleration and the motion is non-uniform accelerated motion. Whether it is uniformly accelerated motion or non-uniformly accelerated motion, motion is non-uniform motion. Since acceleration is there, then motion is non-uniform. Okay? So this is the method to find acceleration from position, where position depends on time. Students, next class we will discuss about integration methods, and when acceleration is constant, we have equations of motion. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at squared, v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. These equations we can use when acceleration is constant. But such type of cases where acceleration changes with time, then those equations of motion are not valid. Then we have to change the equations. The formation of equations of motion will be changed. So we will discuss that formation. Before that, we will learn some integration formulae in the next class. Thereafter, we write equations of motion for non-uniform accelerated motions. Okay, bye.